Hi Taurus, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This, Taurus, is your love reading for the month of October between the dates of 18th and the 31st. I usually do a monthly reading, but obviously I'm late this month and I've been a bit unwell. I've put some information about the astrology of the month just below, so you can read that in the description box. And we're going to get started. So as usual, Taurus, we're going to start with 6 cards. Okay, the first 3 represent yourself, Taurus, and the bottom 3 will represent your the person coming towards you, your partner, what you can expect in love over this next couple of weeks. Okay, I've already shuffled the cards and meditated before I started. So let's get going. Lovely. This is your first card, is the 9 of Cups. These are your second 2 cards, Taurus. There's a very clear message that wants to come through for you. I feel like if you do read the astrology information below, you'll see that I talk about the transits that we went through. And not even the transits, just the things that we would have experienced because of the astrology of the month of September and karmically where that puts us now. And September was a time of revelation, and it seems that October is about reaping our rewards, but by that it's a challenge really to understand what it is we want, and how to achieve that balance and start the new karmic cycles that we want. So your first card is the 9 of Cups. We've also got the Hanged Man for you, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. So Taurus, the 9 of Cups, aka the wish fulfillment card. What a lovely card to start your reading with, Taurus. Okay, you should be feeling really good and really happy. As I said to you, the September was difficult. The beginning of October has been extremely difficult. You'll have seen it. You'll have noticed there's been a lack of tarot readings online. You know, it's not just me that's not been there. There's been a lot of tarot readers who've been and light workers that have been taking time out this month, and you will feel the strain. And we light workers, tarot readers, we feel it in a different way potentially, or it might just feel more intense. But either way, now we're coming out of that. At this time now, you should be coming out of it, no matter how strongly you resonate with the astrology and karmic cycles. No matter how strongly you personally resonate with that, you should hopefully feel there's been a shift. And Taurus, it's time. Excuse me. So let's look at the card. We've got number 9, which is a link to the Hermit, which is about shining a light on what is within. Okay, understanding what is within. And in this instance, because it's the Cups card, it's related also to our emotions. So it's about looking at what's within in your emotionally. We call it the wish fulfillment card because it's about not having any barriers between your imagination and what motivates you. What I mean by that is it's like saying, I want to marry. It's like making a wish to, like Meghan Markle, she may have made a wish one day to, I'm going to marry the Prince of England. And it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you would never say that out loud to your friends that I wished for that. And maybe she did. Maybe she did wish for that. And it came true. And what I mean by that is you shouldn't let reality necessarily, or the reality of a situation, or how things have been in a situation between you and somebody else, because this is your love reading, Taurus. You shouldn't let what has been in the past between you and somebody else, or in past relationships, you shouldn't let that stop you believing or imagining that you can really have everything you want in a relationship or with that partner. Okay, it's about seeing it from a different perspective. That we've got the Hanged Man here. This is linked to the Hanged Man, and it's the King of Swords. Excellent. We'll look at the Hanged Man first of all. So it's as if what I mean by the not letting there be a barrier, it's as if, so for example, if you've had, you've argued with your mum, for example, and you've been arguing about the same, she doesn't like your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, for example, and, you've been arguing with your mum and you think, it's like the relationship is like it cannot be repaired. But really, truthfully, deep down within, you do want to repair that relationship. So you've got to believe that you can repair it. If that's something that you feel, it's definitely something. Our feelings, our emotions can motivate us into taking action, and that's really what's being expressed in this spread for you here. The Hanged Man is about seeing something from a different perspective, recognizing the challenges that have been, recognizing the things that you've been through, and trying to extract or the blessings from that, or try to understand the blessings from that. Also try to understand see yourself, your behavior from another point of view, and vice versa, somebody else, see their behavior from another perspective. The Hanged Man is card number 12, actually. So if you think about 12 is 1 and 2. So 1 is a new beginning, initiation. 2 is about a commitment to something, a commitment to a way of thinking, a partnership, a commitment to another person with the number 2. When we add those two numbers up, we have the number 3. So we've got 1, then 2, then 3. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Number 3 is the universe. It's a master number, and it's related to the ascended masters, Buddha, Jesus Christ, whatever you believe in, past people, etc. And Shakespeare, for example, he's one person that I definitely resonate with, and definitely, yeah, man, I've had some great meditations when after reading Shakespeare, and I just love Shakespeare. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you about Shakespeare, but Will is the man. The first poem that I ever had published is actually called Will. And it was actually after a meditation about William Shakespeare. I don't know what my obsession is with William Shakespeare, but I did teach English for all these years. Anyway, I digress. He's a master, an ascended master, Shakespeare. But anyway, it's whenever we see a number 3, it's about the universe is shining a light on something. It wants us to, in this instance, see a situation in a different way and achieve the balances of the number 6. We've got 2 6s in that as well, with it being 12. Anyway, so it's about you seeing a situation, either your part in something or how you feel about something, your perspective on something. It's about seeing it in a different way, in a different light. And it's about being truthful with yourself. And also not just being truthful with yourself, but taking action on that truth. The sword energies are about our thoughts, our minds, our communications, our consciousness, what we accept, what we allow ourselves to think about, etc. There's no space in my brain that I will not go. And that's not always been the case. There were times before I started meditating back in 2013, before I started meditating every single day back in 2013, I realized that there were things that I would not ever allow myself to think about or to consider or to reflect on or to feel. I realized that there were some places that I just was not able to go in my mind or in my thoughts. I just wasn't able to because it was too painful. And sometimes that is how we live. We felt something for so long that we don't ever think about that feeling. We don't ever question that. We don't ever we don't ever look at that and reflect on that and think, actually, do I still feel that way? Or why do I feel that way? Why do I treat myself that way? We don't ever do that. I'm getting a bit choked up now. And I think not because of me, because of the energies that I'm picking up from you, Taurus. This is that type of energy, though, with the King of Swords. It's as if you, there are places in your mind, in your body, in your emotions that you haven't allowed yourself to be. You haven't allowed yourself to spend time there. And it's time that you did. And it's a really healthy thing for you. These cards are very healthy. We've got the King of Swords, so kings are masculine, and they are about taking action, moving in a direction, being motivated. Not necessarily being motivated, actually. I'm very specific with the words that I choose, darling. Not being motivated necessarily, but being wanting to move in a direction and you wanting to take action. And in this instance, the sword, with your thoughts, with your communications, you're wanting to show yourself, first of all, and show other people that you have learned that you do understand emotionally what you feel now, what you want now, what your truth is. And there's no shame in that. Even if you don't agree, even if they don't agree with you, with your truth, you're seeing things from a different point of view. And it's like a full circle moment for you. It's like a full circle moment for you, Taurus. And it's actually a really healing time for you. It should be. I'm feeling that energy of healing. I mean, we've got this the Queen of Pentacles next for you, for your experiences in October, and this is feminine, so it's passive. It's about recognizing what's within, similar to number 9, recognizing what's within. But you know, this is about you understanding that that's significant, that the things that you want to put your effort and energy into manifesting. Pentacles is about manifesting, and it's your sign, it's you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It's about realizing the benefit, the gift, really, that of changing this perspective and of realizing this and of having this breakthrough. It's something real. It's like you might have had a conversation, or you may have a conversation with somebody, and I mean, we talk about romance here, but it could be a parent, a mum, a dad, a brother, a sister, and you know, maybe you've always wanted to repair this relationship with the 9 of Cups, that wish fulfillment card, you know, knowing what you want, how you feel, but not looking at it, not doing anything about it until now. So maybe you've always wanted to have a better relationship with your mum or your dad, or maybe you've always wanted to have a better relationship with your partner, be more open, be more authentic in your romantic relationships, for example. And it's something that you weren't able to do because, for whatever reason, for things that have happened in your life, or how you thought you were, what you felt about yourself. And then you get this breakthrough. It's like you get this clarity. Or maybe the situation's happened, read the astrology below. I know it's been hard. You might have already experienced some sort of, this is linked to this card now. It's linked to what I just said, actually. Yeah, you might have already experienced this burden. It's linked to this. So this is what you've been going through. So it's like the stress and the strain, the stress that you've been feeling, and the physical exertion of trying to keep it all in and hold everything down. And, you know, hold down your emotions and not speak about it and not say it, whether it's to your mum or your dad or your brother or your sister or a loved one, a lover, a wife, a husband, doesn't matter. You've been holding it down, and and holding it down just carries the weight. I mean, this is why you don't need tarot cards to know this is how the world evolves. You know, if you hold people down long enough, you'll get an explosion, won't you? You'll get people will sprout up, and they'll fight, and they'll fight you. You know, the more you press it down, the more power that thing that you're holding down has. So, I hate him, I hate her. You're holding that down. Eventually, that's gonna come out, and it's like you've been carrying that round, and it's almost as if now you're getting that realization, that clarity of, it does matter that I feel this way. It does matter that, you know, I haven't been able to express what I feel. I haven't been able to even allow myself to think about how I feel. I haven't even allowed myself to be honest with myself about how I feel. It's as if you now get that suddenly in October, and it's something that you need to nurture. It's a real thing, and it's something that you want to manifest. And what I mean by that is, in the world, you will be different. You'll treat yourself differently. You'll tell yourself different thoughts in your head. You will not repeat the same lies you've been telling yourself, that you're no good, that you're inadequate, whatever it is you say, that you're not lovable, whatever it is you say to you, that you don't deserve answers, whatever it is you've been telling yourself, Taurus, it's as if you now realise that that's you not lying to yourself, but that's just a thing that's happened because of the strain of I could go into this. I could go into the actual ins and outs of psychologically how, and in a sort of mindful way, how that works, how we train our brains, but I won't bother because it's a tarot reading. But needless to say, it's a real breakthrough that you're having, and that you've had recently, and it's something that you need to nurture. You're gonna be different. You're gonna be different. You might feel different now. You might feel like I'm not being, that's not me. Ooh, you might have something new coming in. Yep. You know, this is, I could just feel that this is wanted to come through. It's that breakthrough that you have. The sun is about expansion. The sun, more importantly, is about being yourself in the world. It's linked to your third chakra, your solar plexus. The sun's about enlightenment, understanding, growth. Once you know who you are, and you're comfortable with that, then that's, you just give that to the world, you know. That's happy. You're happy because you raise other people's vibrations. Sorry, I'm getting a bit excited for you now, but you raise the vibrations of others by being yourself. Look at this. This is a person or people coming toward you, okay? The person or situation coming toward you. I just want to just mention again this sun card. I cannot overstate how beautiful this card is. This is a real card of happiness. It's total happiness and joy, and it's because we get that happiness and joy because of the because of the fact that we know now. We're able to admit to ourselves, yeah, I was treating myself so badly. And yeah, like I put up with that behaviour and I put myself down all that time. And I never thought I was worth more. And I always just accepted that behaviour. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm not going to do, and you're not a fool because you believed, you trusted her and she let you down, or because you let them manipulate you. You're not a fool for that. This is what we all, it's part of life. These situations arrive because they're meant to teach us. So I hope, Taurus, that you're feeling and recognising that you've gone through something so important. And this, what you've gone through, of this, I mean, it's a 3-year cycle. We're smack bang in year 2. Look at the description below. And you guys have... You know, come 2019, after 2019, your cycle's gonna change drastically as well. You know, those people who, anyway, you like, I can't. This video's gonna take too long, but after 2019, anyway, you've got next year to build, and then after 2019, you really come into, you know, who you are, as in like, there'll be a lot more. You know, for example, if you're yet to have a child, or yet to have a significant relationship, or yet to have the job that you've always wanted, or whatever, you wait and see. 2019 is the making of you, and the success that's available to you is just astronomical, and it's because that you've had these difficult times all of this last couple of years, these difficult transits, like all the earth signs have, like every sign has had. It's just more pronounced in some signs, in how you experience it, how you feel it. I just want you to know, at the start of this reading, I was like, it's going to be 15 minutes. And I was told, don't rush. So I'm just taking my time a little bit, because I really want you to get that in you. I really want you to understand that you are not alone in what you're going through right now. And what you're going through is really setting you up, preparing you for achieving those firsts that you've always wanted, you know, within the next 12 months or you know, anyway, it's all different for everybody, but that's what I'm saying. Anyway, so can't overstate how fabulous this card is. Okay, so this is what's coming towards you. Wow. I mean, I'm interested to, I'm interested, I'm interested to see the Tower. These two cards wanted to come out for the Tower. So this is this personal situation that's coming towards you. Someone pretty much like you, because it's a pentacle. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. This person's got the King of Pentacles, and it could be vice versa. You can apply. This could be them. This could be you. You apply it. It feels like we've had some past issues here. You know, Venus is retrograde, so currently it went I can't remember when it went retrograde now. I keep forgetting. I've got the 6th in my head. I've got the 9th was the new moon, or the 8th. It was the 6th or the 8th. It doesn't matter. It's gone now. It's happened. Venus is retrograde in Scorpio, and so we're going back. We're thinking back about our relationships, our past hurts or past emotions, Scorpio emotions, deep. And that's what these cards seem to be referring to. So it's as if this person, or this could be you, it's as if this person or the situation coming towards you, they are practically, you'll see the success of this person, you'll see the security that this person and the groundedness that this person works hard towards, works diligently towards. You know, that's the element, the properties of the earth signs. You know, manifested wealth, manifested success, and you know, that means, you know, stability. It means, you know, emotional stability. It means someone who is, you know, sure of who they are and who's willing to put the work in to have a relationship potentially with you, or you'll be able to see this of this person. For some, I do get the feeling that this is, for some of you, a return, whether someone comes back. The kings are also active, so it's about taking action on this. So as I said, you'll be able to see the success of this person. There seems to be a coming back around, maybe a second chance between you and somebody else. We've got these three cards that tell me that. The Tower, I mean, the Tower, I say this every time I see the Tower, because to me the Tower feels pretty similar energetically to the Ace of Cups. I felt both of those, and the Ace of Cups only 2 times, I think, and the Tower in the last year or so, and the Tower 3 times in the last year, and they are pretty similar. Pretty, they can really make you feel a little bit disorientated, a bit giddy, a bit in shock, a bit like stunned. So this person, you know, I feel like it's someone from the past, though. May not be, but I just get that impression. You apply it, though, you'll know. I feel like this is an event that has already happened, or potentially could. It's already happened. There was potentially a Tower moment, so it could be that you were suddenly, you and your partner suddenly separated, or you know, your partner had an affair and you found out, and it was shocking and it was crazy, scary time. Or anything, or you met somebody, you fell in love with that person instantly, and then it all ended really quickly, or suddenly, whatever the situation, a Tower moment is something that actually happens in your life. You can see it, you experience it, you know, it's a real thing. And, you know, your car breaks down, you break your leg, or, you know, you run into an old friend and you fall in love, or whatever. That's a Tower moment, and something happened. And the reason I say it's in the past is because we've got this. We've got the 6 of Swords and the World card, and it just feels that way. It feels like it was potentially with an Earth sign, or it could just be someone who's their own boss, someone who works for themselves, or that could be you, Taurus. But this is a type of vibe. It feels like this and this. So it feels like these two are connected, i.e. there's potential for this person to return. And that could be you, as I said, because you're a Taurus, or it could be them, Taurus. It feels like there's a potential for a new opportunity with the two of you, Taurus. And I say that because it looks like there's been movement, there's been balance gained. I mean, as I said, the Tower feels quite heady, quite giddy. You know, when you experience that, and it's overwhelming. I mean, just last week when I had a Tower moment, and I will not bore you with the details of it. Needless to say, it was an extremely intense experience, which actually involved. Anyway, I won't go into it. But anyway, it was an intense experience, and the next day, you know, I was shaking. I woke up and I was shaking. You know. It was just such a strange experience. It's always a very disorientating energy to experience the Tower energy, but it passes by the next day. You know what I mean? Anyway, we get this balance. It's as if we've moved on from this shakiness. This. It's like when the Tower hits, it gets rid of the old foundations. It actually really helps you to look at what your life is built on, and recognizing that something's not right here. And it's literally divine intervention. It's literally the universe saying, nah, man, like, you can't carry on like this, you know. You've got to do, something's got to change. You've got to do something different. So if I've got to break your leg for you to, not me, I mean the universe. I'm personifying the universe, darling. Everyone else does it. Anyway, if I've got to break your leg for you to see that you should not be a footballer, then that's what I'm going to do. Blah, blah, blah. I hope I'm not shouting, but anyway, so it's as if we've moved on from this energy now, and you are in a new place, or this person that's coming towards you is in a new place, more balance, more authority. The new world is a new beginning. It's the end of a cycle. It's the last major arcana card. It's the end of a cycle, and it's the beginning of a new cycle that comes after this. So, you know, one of the aces, for example. And the sun is happy. I mean, the sun comes before, but anyway. And then finally, we've got the Two of Wands. So this could be suggestive. Twos are, as I said, a commitment. They're a commitment to a way of thinking, a way of feeling. In this instance, it's this inspiration. And the thing about the wand energy is related to your second chakra, your sacral chakra, which is the seat of our inspiration, our passions, our love, our creativity, our imagination. But it's also the seat of our traumas, our traumatic experiences, the times that we were hurt, the times that we didn't feel good about ourselves. That's what the second chakra holds. I call it the torture chamber, because when I was meditating, I did a meditation on each of the chakras a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, and I spent about a week and a half, during the holidays, reflecting on each of the chakra, how it felt. Anyway, so I came up with the name torture chamber because I realised that is literally where you feel. You feel the slings and the arrows that people threw at you, and the things that the times that you felt bad. So this is why you've always got these options with the Two of Wands. You've got, it kind of like illustrates it with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is like saying, you know, you can go toward the thing that you are most drawn toward. The opportunity is there. You've really got it in your hand. You can go toward the thing, you or them, that you're really passionate about, that you really want. But you've still got that, there's also the trepidation that goes along with those feelings. And you can't separate those things. You know, yes, you can be passionate about something and want to go towards it. And you have to overcome, thank you, Tiny, you have to overcome that that fear as well, and those slings and those arrows that have been thrown at you all these years. So just bear with me a second. So there seems to be an opportunity for you, or for that, or for this other person. And I think that, you know, whether there's a reunion for you, Taurus, or not, if this is a new person coming in, or whether this is just you really just feeling more in control, you know, either way, it's a very grounded energy, these cards, very grounded, very positive. So I hope, Taurus, that you have a very nice, let me do your thumbnails. I hope you have a lovely few weeks. I'm going to be posting next week your bi-weekly general readings for the next 2 weeks, and I'll also post a pick a card reading. But yeah, I think for you guys, the overall takeaway message is you now realize that you see your self-worth, and you recognize your value, and you realize that you've been, or that others have been, or potentially both, treating you unfairly in the past, and now it's time for a change. And I'm really, really happy for you, Taurus. So I hope you enjoy the rest of October, and I'll see you all again soon. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share the content on here. And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. And for personal readings, it's keywisdomtarot@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Taurus. Take care. Bye.